So, in case you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm walking around my table to reach my goal of 20,000 steps per day. This is because outside is frigging hot and I decided to start this challenge just as the beginning of a torrid South Italian summer. But let's go back to the basics. So, around 10 days ago, I decided to ditch my car and increase my daily step count from 10,000 to 20,000 K. There are several reasons behind this decision, which are: first one, I gained some weight and I started training with dumbbells and compound exercises in a proper gym. And midway, I got my elbow muscle strained and I could barely move my arm. Therefore, I had to find another way to practice and keep in motion. And this brings me to the second point. Usually, I would have just switched to biking, but my bike broke down, and last week it was at the repair shop because it kept making a clicky noise every time I was pedaling. Therefore, I had to find an alternative way to burn calories and keep going with my training to lose weight. So after stumbling on hundreds of YouTube videos of creators doing 10,000 steps and 20,000 steps challenges and talking about all the benefits of these lifestyle changes, I decided to double the amount of steps that I was doing daily. As a European, I was already taking the average steps of 10,000 per day, so I thought it would be no problem to do 20,000. But I was wrong, and here are my findings. So first of all, it's really time consuming because to reach my goal, I switched back to my old schedule. In the past months, while I have been unemployed, I was waking up at the same rhythm as my girlfriend. So she wakes up every morning around 7:45 and I was just going with the flow. But to complete this challenge, I switched back to my old habits and restarted waking up at 6 a.m. By 6:15, I was out of the apartment and I was walking for at least 6 or 7 kilometers, which are around 3 to 4 miles for the American fellows. That allowed me to start my day with an average of 8 to 10,000 steps, and then I was just going through with my usual day and easily reaching the 20,000s. But that means I was already putting 1 hour or more on my back. A really nice pro of that is that I was forced to go outside really early. Therefore, I explored my city and found hidden places and nice shops, nice spot that I had never seen or I had completely ignored when passing by car. And then I want to talk about what I call the body composition paradox. As you might see from the graphs on screen, there is something off. So to be fair, I started exercising at the gym at the beginning of April and just doing dumbbell and lifting weights. But as they say, you cannot outrun a bad diet. So on May 11th, I start counting my calories, and I was not doing anything impossible or any peculiar diet. So I was not doing keto, I was not doing carnivore, I was not doing a vegan diet, and I was not having a restriction at all. I was just paying attention to my calories and still eating everything. So my rule of thumb was that I was eating 80% healthy whole foods and 20% junk food that I like, still staying on my daily calorie counts. After that, I strained my elbow, so I started this walking challenge on May 22nd. And what happened is that if you look at the 3-day moving average of my weight loss, something curious popped up. In the first 11 days, when I was not walking this much, my average weight loss was like around 75 grams per day, which are 2.765 ounces. And after I start walking, my weight loss moved to 61 grams per day, which is like 2.15 ounces. So basically it decreased. Instead of increasing as I've seen on a lot of YouTube videos. So there might be a lot of explanation for that. The first one is that my diet got a little bit sloppier, especially in the last days, because we went for a vacation with my girlfriend. We went to have a dinner with her colleagues. We went to have lunch and dinner with her families. So it was really hard for me to track calories, even though I tried, because like in the south of Italy, in the region where am I, they like to use a lot of olive oil and fried everything, so it was really hard. So I was not properly tracking and doing it accurately, and I'm trying to go back on track with that. And I think this is one of the main reason that happened. The second reason is that even though I'm walking more, that's pretty much all I'm doing. Because I'm not biking, I'm not lifting weight, because my elbow is still strained and I cannot move it properly. So walking is energy consuming, but I'm not going to the gym and I'm not using most of my muscles. So that means that even though at the end of the day my Apple Watch counts the same amount of calories burned, on the long run my metabolism might have to slow down a little bit. And the second point connected to that is that basically my NEAT, so my energy that I spend non-exercise activity energy, might have slowed down, training, sorry, might have slowed down due to this much walking. Usually what happens is that when you are on a diet and an exercise regime, after a while, you tend to spend more calories with the exercise and consume less calorie with the diet. So your body tends to slow down your everyday activities like fidgeting, moving your foot under the table and stuff like that. The third reason why my weight loss might have decreased is that I'm taking creatine. So that means that, as I'm expecting, at any time there might be a water-related increase caused by creatine, because creatine, as you know, moves water inside the muscles and promotes the retain of water inside the muscle. And so this slowing down of weight loss might also be due to that. But I'm not that worried because, you know, on a weight loss journey, weight is not the only parameter that counts. So at the start of this experience, what else I noticed that is that my joints were always in constant pain. So I thought it was gonna be a piece of cake moved from 10,000 to 20,000, but actually it wasn't. Now that I got used to it and I feel less pain, even though sometimes, like yesterday night, I went to sleep and my feet were screaming and begging for mercy, and even this morning when I woke up, I felt a little bit of pain. My energy level didn't skyrocket and hit a massive wobble and hit a massive as I was seeing on YouTube, but on the contrary, I hit a wall of midday fatigue. So every afternoon around 2 p.m., my nervous system completely falls down and I have to take a nap, probably because I'm overwhelmed by the constant system load. But a good point of this is that of this challenge is that my girlfriend saw me doing all of this, including going back to a healthy diet and going back to fitness, because as I told you, I was always passionate about fitness and I just got sloppy in the last few months, and she's getting passionate about it. So she has a bit of a sweet tooth and she loves to eat as much as she can because she has been blessed with one of those metabolisms where she can eat as a cow and not gain a single pound. But seeing me all of this to improve my life and get back into fitness and training is slowly dragging her in, bringing us closer together. So to wrap this up, 20,000 steps have not turned out to be what I expected. It wasn't easy, it wasn't magical, and it wasn't the magical fix that the internet often makes it look like. And for me, it has been painful and exhausting and far more demanding than I initially thought. At the same time, it pushed me out of my comfort zone and forced me to adapt after my injury. Show me that there is often a big difference between fit and myths and what actually happens in the real world. That said, this one it was only the first 2 week update. I have not completed the fully 30-day challenge yet because I'm still in the middle of it. So there are plenty of time and parameters that I will go explore and things that can be changed. I'm gonna keep going and I'm gonna keep collecting data and see whether my opinion stays the same or evolves over the next couple of weeks. So if you want to say the exact data, the body changes and the mental shift at the end of this full 30-day experiment, make sure to follow along. Drop a comment below and tell me the number of habits that currently holding your back your daily energy, and then we can look at the science behind it together in the comment. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next experiment.